Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatnidina binti Zahanapi and my matrix number is 053929 and I'm from Diploma in Finance. I will talk about factors associated with junk food consumption among students in UNIZA Diploma Finance Program final year. First of all, I'm so blessed throughout that my research was completely successful without any obstacles. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do research and for you invaluable guidance during the research Dr. Nazatu. For the contents, we have the introduction, literature review, theoretical framework and hypothesis, research methodology, and significance of research. Abstract. Consumptions of various types of junk food is increasing in all parts of the world, including both developed and developing countries. The goals of this study is to determine what is factors influencing with the junk food consumption among students in UNIZA's final year Diploma in Finance program. In this research paper, the students' perspectives are measured in the terms of their health perspective, emotional, mentally, their relative, consuming, and what they are interested in. The number of samples in this study totaled 42 finance students who are active studies at the University of Sultan Zainal Abidin, with the majority of them being final year students. The data was collected through a survey of finance students' responses. After compiling the answers of the participants in this study, the findings were divided into three main themes, which is personal view, family factors, and mentally factors. Each theme had several categories and subcategories. Introduction. Junk food culture is a rapidly growing trend among young people, and it causes people to eat without planning. They eat not only at the meal times but also their spare time. As a final year Diploma in Finance students at UNIZA, junk food is no longer outlandish from our daily life. A variety of factors can influence junk food consumption, which is taste preference, family factors, convenience, or low price. These may all play a role. Junk food appearance appealing and it is simple to prepare, transport, purchase, and consume. Fast food and junk food are terms that are frequently used interchangeable. The ingredients in junk food give them a good taste, making them addictive and posing numerous health risks. It is also the time when a female or male develops different eating habits and increase their social interaction with their peers. It is a stage in their lives when they are unconcerned about what they eat. Junk food are currently expanding their sales everywhere, especially in university. The problem statements can be formulated as follows based on the study's background. First, is there any of final year finance students in UNIZA aware about their health by consuming junk food? Second, how junk food habits among them may affect their mentally, physically, and their body health. Third, what makes them addicted to the junk food? Fourth, what are the specific time do they eat it? We can identify the research objective based on the problem statements that has been stated. The goal of this study is to determine what is the factors influencing with junk food consumption among students in UNIZA's final year Diploma in Finance program. Then, to compare junk food consumption trends among males and females among students. The literature review presented here is a subset of a larger study of factors associated with junk food consumption. We have 6 total. I were able to design the conceptual framework using this existing literature and the dependence and the independence variable of the study are classified using the factors identified in the existing literature. Theoretical framework and hypothesis. The theoretical framework of a research study in the structure that can hold or support a theory. The theoretical framework presents and describes the theory that explains why the research problems under considered exist. Following a thorough review of the related literature with my research, a theoretical framework is developed in order to see the following: factors associated with junk food consumptions through personal views, family factors, mental factors, and the analysis. Based on the theoretical foundation and framework of truth described above, the following hypotheses can be developed. H1. Factors associated with junk food consumption can vary depending on personal view according to a UNISA's final year's Diploma in Finance students. H2. Factors associated with junk food consumption can vary depending on family factors according to a UNISA final year Diploma in Finance students. H3. Factors associated with junk food consumption can vary depending on mental factors according to a UNISA's final year Diploma in Finance students. Research methodology. Junk food is defined as a food that is easily accessible, usually cheap, and may or may not be nutritious. This type of food contains more calories but has no nutritional value, salt and saturated fat, as well as less iron, calcium, dietary fiber, and sodium. Fast food, carbonated drinks, chips, dessert, chocolates are examples of common junk food. Different types of fast food are becoming more popular in all parts of the world, including both developed and developing countries. Sampling design. This studies population contents of all final year finance students at the UNISAS. A total of 42 students samples are subsets of the population that are drawn from the entire population. The sampling techniques used in this study are simple random sampling, in which each element in the population has an equal chance of being selected, or stratified random sampling, in which each element in the population has known probability of being selected. This sample is called representative because the characteristics of a properly drawn sample accurately represent the parent's population in all ways. Types and source of data. The data used in this study is primary data, data obtained directly from the sources of research subject through the distribution of questionnaires is referred to as primary data, which is Google Form. The data obtained in this study came from a survey administered directly to the research subject. In this case, the research subject is a final year finance student at UNISA 2021. Data collection technique. The data collection technique used in this study are questionnaires. It can be used to ask questions with predetermined answers. Data collected through questionnaires can be analyzed in a variety of ways. My questionnaire from my research was created virtually using Google Form. The questions was prepared by me and distributed the link via mobile phone's group class chat. It is a questionnaire that prepared by providing complete answer options as well as written answers, so that fillers or respondents must write answers and cross-reference their options. Data analysis and findings. I'm pleased to know that I managed to receive such a positive responses, especially since I received 42 responses in a total just in 1 day. The nature of the data that I received is qualitative, as it is gathered through a survey. My questionnaire is divided into 2 sections. The first section collected basic demographic information about the target respondent, such as email, name, matrix numbers, and gender, while the second section is used to gather information on independence variable with personal view, contain their health perspective and desire, also family factors and mental factors. The first section is used to gather information on dependence variable. First sections: email, name, matrix numbers, and gender. For the gender, female we got 34 in total, and male we got 8 in total, which is 81% and 19%. For email, name, and matrix number were provided in my Google Form survey. It is all from the final year diploma in finance students. I have received all 42 total of the students. Second section, personal view. The data was analyzed using descriptive analysis. In more detail, it can be seen in the pie chart and bar chart of descriptive variable as follows. First of all, the question is, what is your body mass index? This question is intended to elicit information about their body mass index, so that we can predict whether they are concerned about their health or not. Everybody does not have the same body functions. Being underweight, normal, overweight, obese, or extremely obese doesn't imply that they are healthy. However, as long as they are aware of their BMI, there are concerns about their overall health. Consuming junk food have an impact on their body health. That is why this issue is important. The majority BMI here is normal, 61.9%, and percentage of underweight and overweight are the same, 19%. Second question is, how often do you eat junk food? Based on the data collections, we can see that the entire final year diploma in finance students population consume junk food. Even so, the frequency varies. Most of them consume junk food a few times per month, which is 42.9%. Personally, I feel the same way about this one. This is due to the fact that we occasionally crave bad foods, but it is only fair to do it so few times a month. Second, expect that some of them consume junk food on a weekly basis, 35.7%. This is perfectly normal for people of this age to consume this type of food on a regular basis while also being unhealthy. Third, 11.9% of them consume junk food only less than a few times per month. We can assume that they are not addicted to this type of food or that they are concerned about their body health. Finally, we discovered that 9.5% of final year diploma in finance students consume junk food on a daily basis. This is extremely harmful to their health. The third question is, what junk food do you really like? We can tell what kinds of junk food they like based on the bar chart. Because they enjoy this type of junk food, they will eat more unhealthy food, which is junk food. This bar chart was a chatbot selection. They can take every type of junk foods that they like. Fast food is the most popular type of junk food, with 32 people, which 76.2% liking it. Second, chocolate is a favorite of 28 people, with 66.7%. Dessert comes in third place with 26 people, with 91.9% favoriting them. Chips are a favorites of 20 people with 47.6%. Then 16 people eat cheese with 38.1%. 14 people continue to drink sugary drinks with 33.3%. Low-fat yogurt come with 9 people with 21.4%, and high-calorie coffee and sweetened breakfast with 5 people each and 11.9%. Finally, keep in mind that the other option is based on their interest, which is a MACD BTS meal for the 1% with 2.4%. The fourth question is junk food delicious and why? I'm asking these questions to find out if they consume junk food for their needs or for their wants. The majority of the responses are more focused on their wants. All 42 final year diploma in finance students agree that junk food is delicious. The majority of people agree that junk food is delicious because the ingredients in the junk foods give it a good taste, making it addictive to 89%. The reminding that it is more about their desire, because if they need those foods, they don't have to be tasty, but that is what they require. However, it is what they want to eat because it fulfills their desires. In this table, we have 3 different questions. First is, junk foods contribute to obesity. Junk food is bad for you. You are addicted to junk food. As we can see here, the majority of them are aware of the danger of junk food and the harm it can cause to their bodies. But 31% of them are addicted to it. This demonstrates that, in their personal opinion, they are aware of their desire for junk food but continue to consume it. Some of them, with 4.8%, believe that junk food is not harmful for their health. This is possibility based on the fact that 31% of them agree that junk food contributes to obesity but is only consumed in greater quantities than other food groups. The next question is, what do you think of people who eat mostly junk food? The bar chart was checkbox selection. They can take the answer whenever they want. Then, second section's family factors. In this section, we can see that family are one of a reason why they eat junk food. No one else can tell us that family is the first person in whom we can see ourselves. The majority of time, the answer is yes with 81%. So we can tell that them their family is influencing them to eat junk food. There was no responses, with 19% indicating that it is not their family who is influencing them to eat the unhealthy food. However, they continue to consume it on a monthly, weekly, or daily basis because they never say never on the previous questions. Then, second section's mentally factors. First question is there certain time you crave junk food? This bar chart was a checkbox selections. They can tick the answer whenever they want. This section is caused by their psychology factors. People, particularly women, experience mood swings, so knowing when they have to craving for a junk food is essential. This research has been used by the entire world, which is why fast food restaurants are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because the majority of the class is women, I bring up female mood swings. However, the most common response is that they are under stress, which causes them to crave unhealthy foods. It is extremely harmful for them. There is one cause of the mental health and one cause the physical health. And if they miss it every day, I recommend they go to the checkup every 6 months. The second question is, during times of stress or sadness or depressions, do they feel those issues? This bar chart was a checkbox selection, so they can tick answer whenever they want. During the time, the majority of people will eat more junk food and a larger portions of food. The third question is, does junk food make you happier and why? The majority of people say yes. The majority of people agree that junk food is making them happier because the ingredients in junk foods give it a good flavors, making it addicted with 98%. The remaining 1% believe it is natural for them because it will not last long. This is due to that fact that the desire will come on and off. Significance of research. Based on the findings of these studies, it is possible to conclude that there are clear factors influencing final year diploma in finance students to consume junk food. We also know that they understand the benefits and drawbacks of eating junk food. The factors are personal factors, family factors, and mental factors. Despite the fact that it is not a healthy food for them, they enjoy it most of the time. In my opinion, the majority of them crave junk food. They are drawn in by the flavors of sweetness, sourness, and variety.